going on YouTube? So today I'm going to be, in this video we're going to be installing these 2-inch level spacers and these shocks. They are 1.5 to 3.5, and then I also got, these are the springs, that the factory springs that were on the truck. I believe these are taller than the ones that aren't now, because I believe they are drop springs. So to get a little bit more clearance, pretty much gonna be get a little bit more of that, and then we can put the 2-inch level spacers on as well. And the shocks, we need shocks because they are shot out. It's falling off of the bushing on this side, on the inside. I'll show you when I get the wheel off, and it's squeaking, so it's getting there. This side, this driver's side, is actually fine. But putting these on and the springs, I do need bigger shocks anyways, so get those on, and hopefully everything goes smoothly. I got floor jack stands, my impact tool set, wrenches, whatever I need. I got more if I need more, but yeah, let me get this thing jacked up and I'll get back there in a minute. All right, y'all, got the truck jacked up, got the wheel off, but while taking it off, noticed got a nail in the tire, and I was wondering why it looked a little bit low on air earlier. I noticed that, so, but I smoothed it out. It's definitely a nail or a screw, whatever. It's the only one I seen in it. But also, for those of y'all who don't know, whenever you're working on your truck, whatever, I highly recommend that you put your wheels under the truck, you know, about under the cab right here, just about halfway, so the truck falls, it falls on the wheels and not to the ground, and that should save your rotors, your hubs, hopefully, from smacking the ground. I mean, I got the jack stands, but you know, still, if something happens, make sure you put the wheels under, so you know, it saves you a little bit. All right, YouTube, I got the shock out. It was just the one on top, and then I had the two here on bottom. It was this one and this one. I did have to spray PB Blast on it. It was pretty good. This right here, to the top of this, it was pretty on there, pretty good. So all right, YouTube, so I am doing the passenger side now. I got the driver's side off. I'm gonna show y'all how I'm doing it. So I got the crescent wrench here on this little piece, tighten it down. I got it back here holding it, so when I turn it this way, it does not move, and I'm actually able to twist this off. It is very difficult though. I need 2 hands, so just a little update and heads up for y'all if y'all do this. All right, y'all, so it's the next day. I ended up having trouble with the nut on this side when I was changing this. I ended up smoothing this out. This is the other nut, so I ended up smoothing it out, and I had to, and then I ran out of daylight, so I had to wait till the next day, today, and to get that fixed. But I got the new shock on, and I went ahead and got some new hubs as well, and I already went ahead and did this side, so this side is good with everything. I'm not going to do the springs and the level spacers or pucks, whatever they're called. I'm going to do it another day, but I am going to go ahead and put that other hub on this side now, so I'll record that for y'all. All right, y'all, I got the wheel off, put it back under the truck. I'm just going to take these brake calipers off so I can take this rotor off and get to the hubs. But, so I'm going to take this one, and then there is another one right down there. So y'all, that one right there, this one. So take that one off. There's just the 2. Get those off, and then you can take this off and sit on top of your upper, so that way it will you know, it won't dang, because you don't want to break your brake line. And then you can slide the rotor off and get to your hubs. All right, y'all, so to get these big bolts off back here, take this whole caliper off, I recommend you go ahead and you get one, and you use the impact. because getting these off will be a lot easier with an impact. And also go ahead and turn your wheel if you're working on these to your right towards the road or whatever. That way you can actually be able to get in there and everything with an impact. And when you're doing the hubs, it's a lot easier to get behind them for them 3 bolts that are back there as well. All right, y'all, so I went ahead and turned the wheel, and now I'll be able to get my impact back there so I can get these, and I can also get the 3 bolts that are back here. There's 1, 2, and 3. They're all like in a triangle. Same thing, you can kind of see them whenever on your new hub. There's no directional, I mean, not for my truck. They're not, you know, left side and the right side, so they're both the same part number, but this is the same thing. And just line that up whenever you're putting it back on with your brake shield and everything, brake dust shield. All right, y'all, so got it loose, got the bolts loose and everything. So what you want to do is grab a wrench, or preferably a flathead, and you kind of just want to jam it in there and just pry this, push it off a little bit so you release that pressure, and so you can pull these off nice and simple. I just went ahead and use a wrench, but it really does not matter what you use. And now I can go ahead and grab the calipers and kind of just peel them off of the rotors, and you want to go ahead and set them right up here. Again, you do not want to let it hang, because you can snap this, and when you go to apply your brakes, all the fluid will come out of here, and you will not be able to use your brakes. So go ahead and that. This kind of just comes right off. Slide that off. There we go. And now go straight to your hubs. So see, this is inside of them, and behind here, like I said, you got them 3 bolts. You got the 1, 2, and 3. All right, y'all, so to take these 3 bolts off, they are going to be a 3/4 socket, and once you get them 3 loose, this hub is going to come loose, and then this brake shield. So I'm just going to take this off pretty much, put the new one on, and just make sure I put the brake shield back on, how it goes, and the hub, and line it all up and get the bolts started. And yeah, pretty simple actually, just 3 bolts in the back. And I'll get back with y'all in a minute. All right, y'all, we ended up getting it off finally. It was on there pretty good. It definitely wore out, rusted, and time for a new one, that's for sure. I ended up having to use my wrench, but I had to use this adapter to kind of like a pry bar, put it on the end of it, and use 2 hands and push this down to get all of these 3 bolts off. They were on there really good. So, but we finally got it off, so now we can throw this new one on, and yeah, it'll look a lot better and be a lot better. So let's get this on. All right, y'all, new hub is on, rotors are back on, the brake dust pan, or whatever it is, brake dust pad, cover, whatever, is on, brake calipers back on, everything's bolted back in. So put these wheels back on, and then we'll be done here. All right, y'all, so truck's back on its own weight. Ended up changing out them hubs, got them done on both sides, got the shocks done. I didn't end up doing the coil springs or the 2-inch spacers. I think I'm gonna wait on those and see what I want to do, because I also had the thought in mind of doing 4.5-inch spindles for the front, and then 4-inch blocks for the rear, and then so we lifted that way. I think that will look pretty good as well, and I can stuff some 35s in there, maybe 37s, depending on how much clearance I have. But yeah, truck's back on its weight. I actually ended up off camera threw a new throttle body in there under the hood. That was, my old one's giving me issues, and you know, I ran a couple errands today so far, so the truck's running pretty good. I'm pretty sure that fixed the issue. It's breathing a lot more clearly now. And I also had an issue with my AC for about a year, actually. But I ended up putting Freon in it a little while ago, and it worked for about a day, and then it cut out. So today I got a new blower motor right here. Got a new one in there, and it's been working fine all day, so we'll see tomorrow how that's acting. But yeah, that's it for now. I still got my chrome grill. I gotta throw on. I gotta finish putting it together, all the little pieces, and then I can throw it on. So maybe that'll be late next video. But I'm also gonna get them tires thrown on, I'm hoping next weekend, so make a video on that as well. My new mud tires. Well, I mean, yeah, they're new, they're brand new, but I've had them since about late December, around Christmas time. I think a little bit before. And I've just been waiting to put them on because I'm waiting for the tread to run out on these, get my use out of these, but it's definitely time for them. If y'all can see, it's getting pretty low. I still got, you know, a little bit of life left, but like on the outside here, it's pretty, it's getting there. I think this side's actually worse over here, I believe. Yeah, just a little bit, not by much, but yeah. And then, you know, I'll have matching tires. It looks a little funky with different tires, but hey, it is what it is. These actually got plenty of tread left, but I want to get matching tires, mud tires, see how them ride. I've actually never seen on the tires I bought, never seen them on a truck before, so I'm excited to see them on this one, see what it looks like. But yeah, that'll be the end of the video. I appreciate y'all watching. If you guys got any ideas of what anything else I can do to this truck, let me know. Oh, I also got a rear bumper too. I still gotta throw that on because I got these little dents here on the side, both sides. But I mean, besides that, it's it for that. So I mean, it'll look better without them divots, but or dents, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, that's it for this video. I appreciate y'all watching. All right, y'all, it's gonna be the end of the video. I appreciate you watching. Like, comment, subscribe.